So welcome back to day 23 of my 30-day redesign for Boudoir photographers. And today we're talking about social media auditing. And we've got to accept that our social media feed is often the very first thing a studio, a client walks into as such. In other words, whereas once upon a time before social media, shop fronts, our businesses is where people came through, even the likes of Yellow Pages advertising and so on with it. But today it's social media, and that's what they're going to walk past, or if we hope, walk into. If that feed is cluttered with, chaos, personal photographs that don't fit the vibe, or kind of 5 different editing styles, you're confusing your audience in the same way as you would confuse the window dressing of a shop. A luxury brand is basically always focused on the thing, as it were. So, and in luxury branding, a confused mind always says no. Today we're performing that kind of look at the social media, or you're going to look at your social media, I should say. So we're moving away from just posting and moving toward a curated, cohesive presence that seems authority. It doesn't mean you kind of have a beautiful grid each day or whatever it would be, but just to the point, stimulative for the client to actually have a call to action by either looking further into your social media or kind of moving over onto your website, filling in a lead form, whichever, but we're trying to take away the confusion, yeah? So remember that consistency always builds recognition. They get familiar with what they're seeing. When your content is aligned with a potential client, and that potential clients don't see just a photograph, but they see a brand, they get to recognize the brand time and time again. This repetition strengthens trust and ensures that they are ready to book with you or inquire more. Yours is the first name that comes to mind, and we do that through the marketing focus. Visual storytelling matters whether we like it or not. So tones and colors and fonts and so on with it. But every single post, from the caption to the crop, should reinforce your signature mood, your pose, and your emotional tone. If it doesn't serve that signature experience that we've begun to build, say last week, it doesn't belong on the grid at all. It doesn't belong on any feed. Your feed is your portfolio in motion, so it's fluid. And it's amazing how many businesses update their social every day, but they don't look at their website every month. So those are things that we need to kind of bring a little bit more cohesion together. Think of it as a living, breathing story as far as your business is concerned. It should show who you serve and what you stand for and the transformation that you provide to each and every client, yeah? It's not just a junk drawer, it's a gallery, it's your portfolio to show you off and things. So today, let's look at the digital storefront with a critical eye, yeah? We're going to look at the pattern, a message, whether it's diluting our message or not, and as the anchor is concerned as well. So when you look at your last 20 posts as a whole, do you feel that they belong to the same artist, or does it look like a collection of random ideas? When we start to look at the message and message dilution, are you posting things just to say stay active, as it were, that actually weaken your brand, in fact? Okay, so if you just post the out of the blue, it's not doing you any good. Poor quality, all those kind of things. We need to make sure that the brand graphics is actually on pulse. We don't want to dilute the message. And then as far as the anchor is concerned, what is the one post on your feed right now that perfectly encapsulates your brand? How can we make more of that post, more of that brand, more of that look? That's the key thing for today, yeah? That's all we've got to do. So your task, review your last 20 posts, of course. Be ruthless, remove or hide anything that is inconsistent with your brand. Remember, with social media, it's here today and it's gone tomorrow. So don't worry about that, but we mustn't confuse them if they start to look deeper into our brand. So if it's inconsistent with mood or inconsistent with our ideal client, or your high-end portfolio, it's kind of moving away from that, we need to get rid of it. So then create a plan for your next 9 posts to ensure a cohesive, aligned tone going forward. That's absolutely key, all right? And remember to ask yourself at the end of this, does my feed now tell the story I want clients to see, or is it just a collection of where I've been? See you tomorrow.